Welcome to Toronto. It is tough to beat the Argos at Skydome, and that's a point they've proven in a year-long home win streak. And one of the reasons the Argos are unbeaten in this building since October of 1990 is the fans. They're expecting 47,000 today, all of them expecting their team to advance to the Grey Cup. They've come to see the Rocket, among others. He's in the middle of that mess of players set to head onto the field. He hopes to help deliver his team to the Grey Cup next week. And not to forget, there's another team in the game today, and if he was asked to, Tyrone Jones would attempt to single-handedly stop the Argonauts from keeping the Bombers out of their own Grey Cup. And since the Bombers switched to the East Division in 1987, their fiercest rivals have been the Argonauts. They've had a whole lot to say this week, the Bombers have, about their disdain for Toronto, led by linebacker Tyrone Jones. He's not been able to contain himself, even upon his arrival at Skydome on Friday morning. Tyrone, of course, always has a lot to say, and what concerns the Argonauts is that he's often able to back up his talk with his actions on the field. But thankfully, the talking's about to stop, the playing about to start, and in the broadcast booth at Skydome, here is Don Whitman with Joe Galette.
Thank you, Scott. Hi, everybody. Joe, there's nobody out there more anxious for this game to get underway than quarterback Matt Dunigan. In his 2 years as a Toronto Argonaut, Dunigan has missed 10 games each season as the result of injury. He did not play in the postseason last year, including that Eastern Final loss to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. He returned to the lineup in the final regular season game against Ottawa after missing 6 games, completed 12 of 17 for 384 yards, 3 touchdowns, including an 85-yard strike to the Rocket. So Dunigan, it's safe to say, is roaring and ready to go.
Well, Dunigan is really excited. You should see Matt Dunigan in that locker room before the ball game. I mean, his eyes are that big. He shaved all his hair off from last week, and he is a commando quarterback. He wants to prove that he can win this football game.
Matt Dunigan was at the Skydome fully dressed at 9:45 this morning, almost 4 hours before the ball. Adam Rita, of course, has other designs. In his rookie year as head coach of the Argos, he led the team to a first-place finish with a record of 13-5. He has been around the CFL for a number of years as an assistant coach in BC and an assistant coach last year to Don Matthews here in Toronto. Winnipeg kicking off to the Toronto Argonauts to get this game underway. The pinball, Mike Clemons on the return. Special teams are expected to play a key role in this football game, and the Argos get great field position for their opening offensive series. A 39-yard return by the pinball.
Ty Jones has made a prediction. They're not going to score more than 17 points, and he said that'll be enough for Winnipeg to win.
First down. Here comes the pressure. There's the pass. It's complete to the pinball. Penalty flag on the play as the pinball is taken down at the 25-yard line. A gain of 15.
Battle rushing the passer.
Major foul. Face mask. Winnipeg number 35. First down.
The face mask call goes against Ty Jones. That takes the ball to the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 at that point for Toronto. Here it is as Clemons goes to the outside. Ty Jones reaches up and grabs him by the face mask.
Inadvertent face mask, but the 2 tight ends are in the offense now, so that should control those linebackers coming on the blitz.
The Argos were hoping for a quick start. They might get it as Dunigan looks to the end zone. Touchdown! David Williams made the catch in the corner in front of Les Brown. Brown appeared to have good coverage, but David Williams was able to make the catch.
That's what Darrell Rogers told us yesterday. The big difference in this football team is that the Toronto Argonauts now have David Williams as a wide receiver. Matt Dunigan teamed up with David Williams. That's an underthrow. It's a design play. He underthrew the receiver. Williams came back and said, hey, that's my touch.
Critical to the success of the Argonauts in this game today is Mike Clemons' right knee. It's taped and it's braced, and he says it gave him no problems whatsoever on that opening drive. Bigger concern to him, he says, is the fact he stubbed his toe on the opening kick return, and that's serving to deflect the pain away from his knee. Don?
He initially injured that knee on August 27th against BC. He was out for 5 games, came back on October 5th against Winnipeg, and by his own admission, his return was premature. His leg had not properly healed. Michael Allen fumbles the football on the kickoff, and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are back at their own 18-yard line. A loss of 2 after that 60-yard kickoff. Marcus Thomas was the first man downfield. David Williams gets the game's opening touchdown. Let's take another look at it.
Matt Dunigan and David Williams team up. There's a silent audible, they call it. Williams gave him the tip of the hat. That means I'm going to underthrow you. You have to come back for the football. I'm not going to lay it out.
The Rocket, by the way, tomorrow will celebrate his 22nd birthday. And he would like nothing better than to celebrate by making a trip to Winnipeg for next Sunday's Grey Cup game. Hank Olisic stands at his own 32-yard line, one of 14 Argos selected to the Eastern Conference All-Star team this year. A bad snap. Will Olisic be able to get a kick away? He does. Matt Pierce takes the ball and is down at the 37-yard line. Now, was that a bad snap, or did the Argos have plans for a direct snap? Were they going to gamble on 3rd down?